Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about something that is very important to me, staying healthy and active as a Muslim mom. As a mom myself, I know how hard it can be to find the time for exercise and healthy habits while juggling the responsibilities of motherhood. But it's also very important for us to take care of ourselves. And not just for our own well-being, but for the sake of our families. In this video, I'll be sharing some practical tips on how to stay healthy and active as a Muslim mom. We'll cover the topics such as adapting to the changes in our routines, finding the right mindset, the benefits of staying active, and some very straightforward exercises that any mom can fit into her daily routine. But before we start, I wanted to bring your attention to a free resource that I have for you. I've been makeup-free hijabi for almost going on a year now, alhamdulillah. And I wrote a free ebook to help Muslim hijabi women like myself to let go of makeup while feeling confident and empowered and beautiful. I share very practical tips on how to accessorize your hijab and style your hijab in a way that it brings out your natural features so you don't have to rely on makeup. And I also share some very important aspects of cultivating a positive mindset, the power of self-acceptance. And of course, I share with you my personal story of how I overcame my negative body image and learned to love and embrace my perfect imperfections. Quoting, was it John Legend? And alhamdulillah, for the past year, I've been my most confident self. And it all happened after I embraced the hijab and after I gave up makeup. So if you're a Muslim hijabi woman and you want to reduce the amount of makeup use or completely let go of makeup while cultivating a very positive image of yourself, being a makeup-free hijabi, then this resource is for you. It's completely free. It comes in two different formats, a PDF and an audio file. The link is in the description. I promise you it's a very short and impactful read. Check it out. The link is in the description. Let's get started. Salam, I'm Veronica Adali. I'm a Riva to Islam, a founder of a modest activewear brand, a content creator, a wife, and a mom. I share my life and business journey as a Muslim woman living in New Zealand. My mission is simple: help Muslim women to embrace modesty and hijab while following their true passion. I create content to boost self-confidence, mindset, and lift your spirit so you can successfully balance faith, career, and motherhood. Subscribe for inspiration, motivation, and lots of laughter, all from a Muslim woman's perspective. Realistically, you can't do what you did before becoming a mom when it comes to being active and exercising. Your life changes so much, you have no choice but to adapt. Before we dive into the specifics of staying active, I want to touch on something important: adapting to changes in our routine. As moms, our lives change so much after we have children. We have new responsibilities and priorities. And that means we need to find new ways of doing things, including how we stay active. It's so easy to get caught up in comparing ourselves to our pre-mom selves. But it's neither productive nor healthy. Instead, we need to focus on adapting to our current reality and finding new ways to incorporate exercise and healthy habits in our daily routines. For example, when my first child was born, I struggled to find time to exercise. I used to love working out, and I would work out almost every single day before I had him. And I would normally work out in the evening, at night. But that was no longer an option for me since I was so sleep deprived, and as soon as my son went to bed, I had to go to bed as well. Mentally, I was caught in such a self-destructive cycle because I was under the impression that as soon as I have the baby, I can go back to working out just the way I used to. I was very wrong. And before I learned how to accept my new reality and completely embrace the fact that I can't do what I did before because I am no longer the person I was before. I no longer have the time I had before. I no longer have the sleep I had before. So I needed to find a way to stay active in that season of life. And here's what I did. I picked up a stroller, I put my son in it, and I started going on daily walks. It allowed me to get some fresh air, bond with my child, and get some exercise all at the same time. The key here is to be open to change and find new ways of doing things. It might not be what you're used to, but it can be just as effective. Here is some harsh reality. If you don't prioritize exercise, you will find every possible excuse not to. So you have to start with your mindset. Trust me, I'm talking from experience here. Once we've adapted to changes in our routine, the next step is to prioritize our health and well-being. It's so easy to find excuses not to exercise when we're so busy taking care of our families. But if we don't make it a priority, we will simply never find time for it. And that's where our mindset comes into play. We need to make exercising and healthy habits as a non-negotiable part of our daily life. We need to view it as something that is as important as taking care of our families or getting our work done. One way to do it is to actually schedule our time to exercise as you would schedule an important appointment. It might mean waking up a little bit earlier or going to bed a little bit later, which can be hard when you are sleep deprived. Trust me, I know. And I couldn't do either. I couldn't wake up before my kids did, and I couldn't stay up after they went to bed back then. So I decided to sacrifice a little bit of the nap time to get the movement in. That meant I couldn't work for an hour and a half. I only could work for an hour, but I chose to use the other half an hour, the remaining half an hour, to give attention to my health and well-being. And it was the best decision I've ever made, even though I'm a little bit of a workaholic. So it was really hard for me to do that. But once I realized that I feel so much better after I move my body, and I feel so much more productive, and my work is so much more inspired and focused when I feel good about myself, it was a no-brainer. I made that choice and I stuck to it. But trust me, I still struggle. And whenever I slip up and whenever I neglect my movement and I choose to prioritize work or like filming or editing, because it never ends. The cycle never ends. Or just working on my brand. There is so much going on behind the scenes. And whenever I prioritize that over my health and well-being, it leads to burnout. I don't quite burn out because, alhamdulillah, I managed to catch myself when I am slipping, sliding. So yeah, then I tried to remind myself that I need to, in fact, prioritize my health and well-being again. And I've recognized that I've been slacking in that department, and I consciously changed things. So none of us are perfect. But we just have to keep on trying. And this is what I've been doing to make sure I have time for movement. You just have to remind yourself of all of the benefits of exercise and how it makes you feel. For me, I know that I am a lot more patient and I'm in a better mood. Whenever I do move my body, and whether I go for a walk or get a 20-minute workout in, it makes me feel so good. I feel good about myself. I feel good that I kept a promise that I made to myself. And then you feel those endorphins. And when you forget and start slipping up and start prioritizing other things like work or cleaning or Netflix, because we all fall into that trap as well every now and then. When you prioritize those things over your health and well-being, you just have to pull yourself back and remind yourself of how good you feel when you do move, when you do prioritize your health and well-being and staying active for your sake and for the sake of your family. Because in my case, I am definitely a happier and a more energetic mother for my kids. And I see the reflection of how I feel in my kids and how we interact together. So whenever I forget and I get caught in my own cycle of work, I like to pull back and literally remind myself of everything that I'm missing out on by not exercising and not moving. And I take it a step further and I remind what my kids are missing out on when I am not my happiest, bubbliest, and most energetic self. We've kind of touched a little bit on that, but I want to dive even further, even deeper on why I believe we need to exercise as mothers. Or in other terms, I believe that happy mother equals happy family. Staying active as a mom, it's not just about fitting into your pre-pregnancy jeans. It's about taking care of our bodies and our minds so that we can be the best mothers we can be. So, if you don't know, here are some benefits of staying active. Reduce stress and anxiety, increased energy levels, improved mood and mental health, reduced risk of chronic disease such as diabetes, better sleep quality. And we all need that. When we are prioritizing our health and well-being, we're not just benefiting ourselves. We are also benefiting our families. A happy and healthy mother means a happy and healthy family, and I stand by that. As mothers, we are a glue that holds our family together. We take care of everybody else's needs above our own. But it's important to remember that you can't pour from an empty cup. If we don't take care of ourselves, we won't be able to take care of our families. Staying active is one great way to fill our cups and take good care of ourselves. When we exercise, we release endorphins that boost our mood and give us energy. And we also become a good example for our children. And we teach them of the importance of taking care of ourselves and our bodies. Now that we talked about the importance of staying active, adapting to new routines, and having the right mindset, let's actually discuss the practical tips on how we can actually do it. Here are the best forms of exercise that every mom can fit into her day. Daily power walks with a stroller. This is an amazing way to get some fresh air, vitamin D, bond with your child, watch your child experience the outdoors and nature while getting some exercise all at the same time. Win, 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 win. Even if it's just 10 or 15 minutes, it's better than nothing. And it's something that you can incorporate into your day from the get-go. As soon as you give birth and you heal a little bit, you can start walking. You can also consider 20 to 30 minute home workouts. And I prefer body weight workouts because those workouts require no prep at all. You don't need fancy equipment or an expensive gym membership. You don't need all of that to get a good workout in. There are plenty of body weight exercises that you can do at home, such as squats, lunges, burpees. push-ups and planks. I use YouTube to find bodyweight workouts, and I am going to leave my favorite channels in the description below. Think about introducing some weekly hikes into your routine. It's a fun way to get outdoors and explore some new trails. You can make it a family activity and bring a picnic lunch or snacks. You get to stay active and create some unforgettable memories with your family. Cycling is another good form of exercising, which is definitely not for me, but I include it because it might work for you. This is another fun way to get some movement in while exploring your neighborhood. And you can also make it a family activity and go cycling with your entire family and make some fun memories together. The key here is to find something that doesn't take much time and prep, or something that you can do with your family. That way it doesn't feel like a chore and it becomes something enjoyable that you look forward to. If you're a Muslim mom and you want to become more active, trust me, you are not alone. It's a common struggle, but it's also an important one. Taking care of ourselves is not selfish. It's necessary for physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Start small and don't be too hard on yourself. It's not about being perfect, it's about making progress. Find an exercise that you enjoy and make it a part of your routine. And most importantly, remember why you're doing it. For yourself and your family. I really hope that this video has been helpful and informative. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I talk about Islam, being a Muslim mom, being a hijabi adventurer, and so much more. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.